that is, I apologize. That's what Jim Carrey did in the Series of Unfortunate Events movie. I love that part. It's so funny to me. Cracks me up every time. I'm sorry that you have to deal with me. You clicked on this. You decided to watch this. You decided to listen to this. It's your fault. It's all on you. Welcome to the CRF podcast. I am your host, Asia, and today's episode is all about embarrassing myself, which I've already done. But no, I'm kidding. It's not going to be that bad. I'm going to be going through my old Facebook statuses and turning them into music. So, yeah. Anyway, let me get into it. I write poetry. I write songs. And yes, you heard me correctly. I did say poetry instead of poetry. And I said that because every time I've ever written a poem, even if I thought it was good, I've still felt like it wasn't truly poetry. So I started calling my written works poems instead of poems, and therefore we have poetry instead of poetry. Now, I myself am not the biggest fan of poems. We used to have to analyze them in school. I mean, who didn't have to analyze a poem in school? And it was honestly my least favorite part of English class. Every time, every year. Oh my God, I hated it. It was not fun for me at all. I don't like having to take someone else's work and analyze it, because half the time we're probably wrong. I'm going to be quite honest with you. If the original author is not here to say that, this is a correct interpretation of it, then honestly, how can these people grade me on my interpretation? My interpretation could be completely different than someone else's. It could be just as right or just as wrong as yours. Poems leave a bad taste in my mouth now because of that. But I guess that's also why I say I don't write poems. I write poems. It's just the whole thing, the whole process. I don't like it. Anyway, I said all of that to say this. I recently watched Bionic Pig, I think that's who it is, write a song using only zip ties and James Charles tweets. And it was fantastic, by the way. And then I watched Internet Jules write a song using Noah Centineo's tweets. Let's talk about that, shall we? I gotta say, I very briefly liked Noah after watching him into All the Boys I've Loved Before. I hadn't heard of him before that. And the only reason I really watched the movie is because everyone was talking about it. It was everywhere, and I was like, I'll watch it. I'm not really the type of person to watch romantic comedies or romantic drama, whatever the genre, rom-com. I don't know. I don't usually watch that because that's another thing. I can't stand love triangles. We'll talk about that later. But my point was, I watched Noah in To All the Boys I've Loved Before, and I was like, he's kind of cool. I kind of like him. He's alright. So I followed him on Instagram. But then, I watched Curtis Connor, one of my favorite YouTubers, by the way, do a video on Noah Centineo's tweets. And oh my God, I immediately lost all interest in him after that. So yeah, his tweets were that bad. Anyway, I figured that I myself would hop on the trend train and make a song and make a poem. Poem. Yes, I do both. Because I do write songs on the guitar, and I write a ton of lyrics. Most of them never get any music put to them. I'll be quite honest with you, just because I am a huge perfectionist when it comes to writing music. That's, I keep starting these stories and I say that's a story for another day, but it really is. So I write these lyrics and I want to put music to it, and then I start working on it and it's just not good, so I scrap it and I keep the lyrics, and that's usually what happens. But I know that I am not the world's best singer. I am not the world's best guitar player, not even close. And I definitely am not the world's best lyric writer. So I figured that if I do this thing, that where I write a song and I write a poem, I keep having to say that because I know you guys have no idea what a poem is. If I do that, then I'll only have to do one. Because doing multiple to like fit the span of this podcast would probably be a train wreck. I'd be working on that for years and never be happy with it. But anyway, here's the catch. So I'm not going to be using anyone else's tweets, because my own are probably stupid enough to do the job. I'm going to be honest with you. But another thing, I don't use Twitter like that. The only thing I've ever really done on Twitter, I'll say, is I just like I retweet videos and I don't know, pictures and stuff that I just kind of want to save so I can go back and watch them later. Because if I retweet it, then it's just there on my own page and I can just, find them all there. So that's like basically all I use Twitter for. So I said, okay, well, what can I use? I got it. I'll be using my old Facebook statuses. Oh boy. After all, this is the Completely Random Foolishness podcast, and here we strive for ridiculous content, which is what my Facebook page is. It's nothing but ridiculous. And honestly, for being honest here, as honest children can wholeheartedly be, can we really even call this a podcast? I've heard other podcasts, and I say, my show sounds nothing like that. They are actually talking about something. And here I am just rambling and having fun and just doing stupid stuff. So, is it a podcast or is it a poorcast? Because it's so poorly done. Yeah, so was that joke. But the point is, I've modeled my podcast after the Jenna Julian podcast, simply because I like what they do. They just do whatever the heck they want to. That's basically it. And it's their show. They're them. They don't apologize for that, and it doesn't even have to be something important. They just have fun. That's what I want to do here. That's what I am doing here. Yeah, I think I've talked enough about that. On to the goodies. So what I've done for you, as kind and gracious as I am, what I've done for you is compile a list of old Facebook statuses going all the way back to 2010 when I first made my account, and boy, oh boy, did I find some treasures in there. Did I? Oh boy, did I. This will kind of be like a previous episode I did, though. I believe it was episode 4, but please don't quote me on that. It's where I wrote a song using Mad Libs. So much fun. I really love that episode, and it's the same in the sense that the songs won't be particularly good, mostly because I can't sing. And also I'm using horrible inspiration to write them, but it'll also be totally different because now I get to use 11-year-old me as a muse. How cool is that? I had to go back pretty far, though, and it took a hot minute to get to what I needed, because I stopped posting statuses on Facebook a long time ago. And I think, honestly, the last time when I was looking like by the year. I think maybe 2015, I gotta say, was like the last year that I really was like posting statuses regularly. Like what Facebook statuses were made for. In 2018, last year, I maybe posted 2 statuses and that had actually something to do with this podcast. I was like announcing the podcast. So it really wasn't like a what am I doing type status. It was just like, hey, my podcast is out, come listen to it. So yeah, I really don't even count that. So I usually use Facebook now mainly to look at memes and to share them. I follow a lot of meme accounts, meme pages, that kind of thing. So yeah, took me a minute to get there to find some good ones, but here are some of the most golden entries I have seen. So if you're watching this on YouTube, congratulations. I can't talk, can I? Congratulations. You, my friends, will get to see these Facebook statuses. If not, if you're just listening, that's cool. You'll still get the general idea of how stupid and ridiculous these actually are. So on October 24th, 2000, I gotta slow down talking because I'm listening to myself and I'm stumbling over my words, and I just honestly want to slam my microphone across the room. Okay, in October 24th, 2010, I wrote Your plan just backfired. With a Y. Instead of BACKFIRED, no, I put a Y in there. Because in 2010, it was cool to not spell things correctly and to have the worst possible grammar. Not in real life, but online. Oh boy. I don't even know what I was talking about. Like, honestly, I was 11. You know, what could I have possibly been doing to have, you know, an enemy that I would just be so happy about saying, your plan just backfired? I mean, I sound like Kim Possible here. And if you haven't seen my my episode on Kim Possible, go and check that out. It was from last week. Top-notch content there. On to the next Facebook status. Oh, God. What was I? Okay, here we go. December 31st of 2010, I said, I quote, I wonder if it would burn if you poured barbecue sauce in your eyes. Who wants to be my test subject? Sorry, this job does not pay. And it got one comment from my best friend at the time who wrote, LOL XD. LOL XD, y'all. This is the time period we were living in. Couple things I want to say about this. First of all, yeah, I didn't capitalize like pretty much anything that needed to be, but towards the end of it, I did put everything in all caps. So I went from no capitalization to all capitalization. And when I said poured barbecue, here's how I spell poured, guys. P-O-U-R-D. P-O-U-R-D. What? Honestly, I just want to purge my entire Facebook account of all this nonsense, but I can't because it's just too good. Was I sadistic or something? Like, what was I thinking about? December 31st. We had just gone through Christmas. Had someone just pissed me off? I don't know. Okay. December 17, 2010, I wrote, sitting at home, bored as crap. Crap was my favorite word to say. Back then, I was like, this is crap. That's crap. You're crap. I don't know why. You know, that was my word. I use that word all the time. So I look back at this and I cringe. I cringe so hard. I was sitting at home, bored as crap. You know what I should have been doing? Playing outside. Not on Facebook. Should have been, I don't know, painting, coloring, or, I don't know, kicking a soccer ball around, but instead I was on Facebook, bored as crap. Okay, next. Oh, this is 2012. This kind of skips around years because I saved them like so out of order, but it's okay. So December 21st, 2012, I said, oh, this is a good one. When I count my blessings, I count you twice. If that doesn't sound like a Noah Centineo tweet, I don't know what does. I'm sorry that I'm yelling, but I'm getting so freaking passionate about this. It is so funny to me. And so here's what's like even funnier. I got 2 comments to this one. My brother's best friend wrote, huh? Under it. And I said, it was in a card. It was in a card. I read it in a card. like a Christmas card or something. Here's the thing. I didn't get that out of a card. I actually made that up, and I thought it was so clever. I was like, I'm in love. and I'm gonna make sure everyone knows that, you know, I am so happy about this relationship. That I wasn't in, by the way. I was in no relationship in 2012. That's a different story for another day. I actually had just gotten out of a 1 week relationship in November, and that's probably what I was thinking about, to be honest. Who ever knows at this point? Oh, back to 2010, July 30th, I wrote, ugh, I cannot stay focused when cleaning my room, but I guess I'll try. Okay, so if anyone knows me, I am disorganized, but I'm a organized, disorganized person. I have a lot of things, and it's not that I'm a hoarder. People were like, oh, you just have so much stuff, you don't want to throw anything away. It's not that. It's just that I do have a lot of things, just because I do have a lot of different hobbies and interests. So I have 2 guitars. I have a bunch of Xbox games here, and I've got candles because I like the scent of candles. They help me relax. I've got perfume. I've got flowers everywhere. I've got all my camera equipment is everywhere. I'm talking about just now because who knows what I had in 2010, but as of now, that's why my space is always so cluttered. But I know where everything is, and I try to keep it neat because I don't like having things look like a mess, and I don't like tripping over things. But people will always say, you just have too much stuff, and I know I do. I really just need more space for all of the various hobbies and activities that I have. I have a craft corner behind me where it's just ooh, what was that? I have a craft corner behind me which has like a whole tub of like paint and paintbrushes, and like I do wood burning. I have wood everywhere. I just, I gotta stick to one thing, but I can't. So yeah, cleaning was a nightmare for me just because, when you have a little bit of space and a whole lot of things, there's really not anywhere to put anything, and that's the problem that I always ran into. So yeah, that's just backstory behind that one. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Okay, so I had one on December 21st, and now here's one on December 22nd, 2010. Why am I so frazzled? Oh wait, I know why. I mean, what even is that? I couldn't even like put the W on no. I just wrote KNO. I know. Jesus. Okay. Next Facebook status. All I want to do is go back to sleep. June 2nd, 2011. Here's what's so stupid about this one. Oh, and also I made a face out of an equal sign, an up caret, and a what do you call that thing? A forward slash. Is that a back? No, it's a backslash. I don't know what that is. Is that a backslash or a forward slash? I don't know. Anyway. Here's what's so stupid about this one. I don't like to sleep. I never have liked to sleep. Maybe when I was a kid, like, younger. But growing up, I was the type of person to wake up early every morning. I used to get up at 6 faithfully, even on the weekends, just because I liked having the rest of my day to myself. Even if I was like dead tired, I do not want to go back to sleep. I just don't. I hate taking naps. And in 2011, I can pretty much guarantee you that I was significantly less tired than I am now. So why would I want to go back to sleep? No clue. I just wanted to sound relatable. I just want to go back to sleep. I don't know. Okay. I had a habit of posting very, very vague things. So in November 20th, 2010, I wrote, whoa, hold up a minute now. Did I just? No, I didn't. Wait, I did just see what I thought that I saw. Let me read that one more time for you. I did just see what I thought that I saw. And you know what? I wish that I had wrote down what it was that I thought that I had thought that I saw. Because now I have no clue. And 2010 Asia knows this huge secret, this really cool thing that she saw that I just won't ever get to see. Thanks a lot, 2010 Asia. Yeah, October 28th, 2012, I wrote, I don't feel good. That one isn't too crazy. But I did include this one because I put it into my song, You'll See. It got 9 comments. Someone was really concerned about me. One of my personal favorites. Some folks just love to get mad over nothing. My question is why? It was like so fake deep. Why was I so fake deep in 2011, August 6th? Gosh, what's wrong with me? Oh, here we go. December 5th, 2010, I expressed my love for Michael Jackson by writing, I love you, Michael Jackson, heart emoji. You know what? I've always been a huge Michael Jackson fan since I was little. When I was 4, I have a very vivid memory of my mom taking me into the, what was it? It was a thrift store of some sort. I think it was the Salvation Army, but we went to a lot of thrift stores. It was one where we frequented so much that we just called it the place. When anyone asked where we were, we'd be like, the place. And they just knew. Because we lived there. Before it was even cool to go thrifting. Yeah, no. We just loved it. So, there were these shoes in there. And I was like, Mommy, these are Michael Jackson shoes. And she was like, okay. And I was like, no, I'm serious. These are Michael Jackson shoes and I need them. Keep in mind, I was like 6 and the shoes were like a size 11 for women. So there was no way she was going to buy me those shoes. But yeah, this woman that was standing over beside us, she was cracking up laughing. She just thought it was so funny that I just really wanted this pair of Michael Jackson shoes, which, to be honest, probably didn't even look like Michael Jackson shoes. They were probably just like some black loafers or something. I don't even know, but yeah. Always been really into Michael Jackson. He's my favorite male singer. Mwah, love him. Anyway, let's keep moving. Okay, now this one actually, I'm not too mad about this one. It was 2012. I wasn't that stupid. Well, I was. But I wasn't as stupid as I was in 2010. So, I can give this one. It says, new motto, shut up, stop complaining, stop stressing, and just live life to the best. You never know when it could end, and you'll feel really stupid if the last thing you did was argue and complain over stupid stuff. My best friend at the time, same girl I mentioned before, she was like, I didn't save the comment when I screenshotted this. I'm trying to remember. She was like, yeah, if everybody did that, the world would be a better place. But here's the thing. She was one of those people that needed to do that, and I did too. We both needed to. Our friendship was rocky from start to finish. Moving on, but actually, yeah, this status can really apply to today. I can take 2012 wisdom and apply it to today. I do need to stop complaining so much. Yeah. Oh dear. Okay, here we go. June 15th, 2013, I wrote, I'm moving forward with my head held high. I don't even want to get into what inspired me to write that. I was a very, very awkward, sad, and, what's the word I'm looking for? I was a 9th grader. If that tells you anything, that says a lot, honestly. 9th grade is a horrible year. I don't like freshmen. Freshmen don't like me. We don't get along. We don't click. Let's not talk about it, but I do know exactly what inspired me to write this, and it was a mess. I'll say that. It was a hot mess. Okay. July 5th, 2013, I wrote, oh boy. I also know what inspired this Facebook status, which coincidentally was the same thing that inspired my last Facebook status that I just told you about. Same event. I was dealing with it from like 9th grade all the way smack up into like 12th grade. No, 11th grade. 12th grade, that problem was pretty much over. But yeah, from 9th to 11th grade, I would be continuously writing things about this. Maybe not in a Facebook status, but just keep in mind, my mind was still there. I was in that dark place. Okay, July 1st, 2011, I wrote, watching Scooby-Doo. Gotta love that dog. Okay. Yeah. On second thought, I thought I was gonna like add these and put them in the video. I probably won't, to be quite fair with you. It's gonna take a lot. I'm embarrassing myself. Okay. This will probably be the last one that I go through. Yeah. No, I can finish this out. It's not that many more. November 5th, 2010, I wrote, I'ma try to smile more. There's a lot to be happy about. I'm not mad at that one. That's a pretty good one. November 15th, of 2010, I wrote, I am the great snow princess, because I went through this phase where I called myself the snowflake princess. I really love winter. I don't know, just always have. So I was like, I want to be a princess, but not a Disney princess. I want to be the snowflake princess. moving on. But here I said I am the great snow princess. And it was a typo because in the very next one I wrote, excuse me, I was wrong. I am not the great snow princess. I'm the great snowflake princess. My mistake. Like I said, I was going through a phase. Everyone goes through these phases where they do things. That was mine. November 24th, 2010, I wrote, smiley face, thanks for Thanksgiving. I mean, honestly, Asia, you need to get a better Facebook status writer. You need help, girl. October 16th, 2010, I wrote, I wonder what to MORRO will be like tomorrow. Probably busy like most weekends. Here's the thing. I wasn't busy on the weekends. It was 2010. What was I mean, honestly, who was I trying to fool? September 4th, 2010, I wrote, I'm unpredictable. You never know what I'm going to do next. I sound bipolar. Or crazy. Or, I don't know. Not cool. Like, I thought that was quirky and cool, but it really wasn't. Oh, and, two more. August 18th, 2011, I wrote chocolate waffles. Guys, I don't eat chocolate like that. It gives me a bad headache. And so why I wrote chocolate waffles, smiley face, I don't know. I think, again, I was just trying to be quirky. As you can see here, there is a trend where I'm just trying to be unique. And, you know, I was really awkward all my life. I still am. I probably always will be. Whatever. And the last one. This one isn't, like, really sad and pathetic. It's actually not. I don't know what I'm trying to say. September 16th. Huh. It's my mom's birthday. September 16th, 2011, I wrote 221 questions? Really? And with an angry face. So let me tell you the story quickly behind this. In the 7th grade, I had this teacher who really, in all honesty, should not have been teaching. He didn't quite understand, I think, the way that, you know, you can know something. It's a difference between knowing something and being able to teach something. Like, I know film. Okay, I'm not to say that I'm a, like, huge film guru or, like, I'm just, like, you know, big film director, writer, whatever, filmmaker. But I do know it. And I know it through experience. I've been doing this for a couple years now. Not to say that I'm perfect, but I do know it. Does that mean I am able to teach somebody it? No, not at all. If someone asked me right now how to work a camera, I'd probably be like, oh, well, see, you do this. And then you do that. And that's kind of how he was. So he also, not to say this as a bad thing, I'm not trying to make fun of him or his accent or just like where he was from or whatever. He was from Africa. And he constantly talked about how students there were different than students here, which is true. Because we're in two different places. We've all had different experiences. We've grown up different. And he said that they were so much more dedicated, which I can understand because here, a lot of the times we are privileged and we don't see we are ungrateful. I'll just say it like that. A lot of students here are completely ungrateful. And that's how we were all of the time. I won't say that every student was like that, but as a whole, my middle school was some trash. It was some garbage. And I can imagine it was hard for him to teach in an environment like that where, you know, we had like so much more than the students that he would talk about where he was from. He also showed us, he showed us pictures of his house. You know, he was a very odd man. He showed us pictures of his house and his wife with a box over her head and his son whose room consisted of a single dresser, a bed, and that's it. And he was like, my son is so blessed. And we were like, but with what? And you know what? Now I understand what he was trying to say, I guess, that even though he didn't have a lot, his son was still very blessed and fortunate to have, you know, even a shelter over his head. And so, you know, we were very ungrateful, but we clashed a lot. That was my point. And he often wanted us to like just, push ourselves and do more of us than we expected. And so his way of doing that, this is why I say he really should not have been teaching over here. He should have taught something else, maybe at a different school, maybe just not at our school. But he did that by giving us a crazy amount of work to do. And so there was one weekend that he said, okay, I want you to take these textbooks home, which, by the way, we should not have been doing. The textbooks were missing like several pages. They were ripped. They had gum all over it. It was horrible, but we didn't even have enough for everyone in the class. So he was like, you'll have to share. I was like, how? How am I going to share? I'm taking this one home. What am I supposed to do? Go over someone's house? No, not doing that. He gave us 221 questions to do, and not just like multiple choice, but these were like essay questions. Like when I say essay questions, I do mean essay questions. Like long, half a page at least answers. 221 questions. I came home to my parents and I was like, do you see what this man gave us? I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. No. And so many parents called and complained that he called the assignment off. He was probably really nice, but his methods were a little strange. He came up to me one day and he put his hand on my shoulder and he said, do you need to get you some friends? And I said, huh? What do you mean? And he was like, I noticed that you hang around bad company sometimes and they're influencing you. And sometimes you just stay to yourself. And I was like, okay, two things. Well, three things actually. One, that is none of your business. Which was kind of rude for me to say probably. Knowing that actually I didn't say it, I was thinking it, but he probably just really cared about my well-being, and I don't know, I guess he was looking at me like I needed help. So the second thing though is the friends that he was talking about, were they bad influences? No. Are they necessarily the best people I should have been hanging around? No. And it's not for the reasons that you think. That's a entirely different story. But the third thing is, the reason I stayed to myself all the time is because I'm introverted. I like being to myself. Not that I didn't have people to talk to. I didn't want to talk to anybody. But yeah. So that was that. Woo! So now that we've gotten through that, I do want to make a small disclaimer. I'm about to give you my song that I wrote. But like I said, small disclaimer here. I know that I am not a great singer. I sing all the time because I can and I love it. But please don't go out there saying that I said I thought I could sing, because your girl knows that she can't. I don't breathe correctly sometimes, and sometimes I sound flat. I hit the wrong notes. It's whatever. Sometimes my runs sound like they've been run over. And that's okay. I didn't try to master or mix or whatever the song. I was supposed to do all the equalization and all the audio things that I just hate doing. I didn't want to do it because this is not a serious song. So please don't go out there saying that I thought I wrote a song. No, I didn't. I know that. It is what it is. I recorded this, plus, listen here. I recorded this late last night, and I had to whisper sing because everybody in my house was asleep. And I was trying to come up with a melody on the top of my head. It was really difficult because I can't just come up with stuff. I don't freestyle. I'm horrible at that. And I was trying to find all these clips, and it was cold, and I'm making excuses, but I'm just trying to preface here. Deal with it. It's not gonna sound like your best song, okay? Alright. Now that we've done that, I'm gonna play you my song. I'm gonna play it for you. Sitting at home, bored as crap. I don't feel good. Why am I so frazzled? Oh wait, I know why. Some folks love
just to get mad over nothing. My question is why? Shut up, stop complaining, stop stressing, just live life to the best. Moving forward with my head held high. When I count my blessings, I count you twice. Your plan just backfired. Your plan just backfired. Oh, hold up, wait a minute now. I'ma try to smile more. There's a lot to be happy about. I wonder what tomorrow will be like. I'm unpredictable. You never know what I'll do next. I cannot stay focused. Some folks love just to get mad over nothing. My question is why? Shut up, stop complaining, stop stressing, just live life to the best. I'm moving forward with my head held high. When I count my blessings, I count you twice. Your plan just backfired. Your plan just backfired.
Well, that was the song. And yeah, if you watch this on YouTube, you will have seen the Facebook statuses that each lyric came from, because I popped it up there as the song was playing. If not, then you can always look it up if you ever want to see it. If not, you heard the song, know that every lyric in there was an actual Facebook status that I wrote. So, yeah. Yeah, so credit for the beat, by the way, goes to The Passion Hi-Fi on SoundCloud. You can find the link to his website in the description if you're listening on YouTube. If not, you can go to www.thepassionhifi, which is HIFI.com, and check it out. I don't know if it's one person or if it's more than one person, but yes, please check that out. Their stuff is so good. That's just one of them that I picked, but there are so many more. So I had originally debated actually on making my own music to go with this, but like I said before, I was putting all of this together late last night and I was super tired. You know how when you get so tired that you start to feel delirious? That was me, and I had to go to bed. So I found this free one instead, and I said, hey, this beat is nice, it goes hard, it's dope, I'm glad I used it. Anyway, that was my song. I hoped you at least got a little bit of entertainment out of that, because I was cracking up when I wrote it. I was like, these lyrics are terrible and they make absolutely no sense. Well, to me it actually kind of sounded like some of these artists I hear today that try to be too deep with the lyrics, and the point of the song just gets lost because it's like a fake deep. Like, the meaning is trash and the musicality is practically non-existent, and the lyrics are nice, like almost nice, but not really. And I know it sounds like I'm whining, but let's take it back to 2010 Asia for a moment. I said, I love you, Michael Jackson, heart emoji, and I do. Like I said, he's my favorite male singer. His, everything about his music is art. He put a lot of effort into it, and he made it different. Well, yes, he did make a difference, but what I'm saying is, when you put a lot of effort into your music, it makes a difference. When you have a passion for music and singing and dance and performing, your audience can tell. And it's so much different than being able to just hold a tune, like me. And then slapping some auto-tune and some effects on your voice with some like beat track in the background. That's not the same thing. And don't say you know music if you haven't taken the time to learn the rudiments, like the music theory. If you want your artistry to just, if you want to take it to the next level, try some of these things. Like, learn how to read music. Learn the different modes of music and how writing in different modes can completely change how a song sounds. learn how to play an instrument. Study with a real vocal coach. I'm not saying that making beats on the computer is like a bad thing. I'm just saying that I wish more artists would study their craft. If you say you love music, learn the theory. Don't just, love singing or writing music. That's cool in itself. But I'm just saying, I wish that artists would just try to learn more about music itself. I don't know everything about music, and I don't know everything about singing. I don't even know a lot about singing. But I do strive to learn more every day. And so what you just heard was, definitely not my best singing. I actually do so much better when I'm not singing into a microphone. I get, really nervous. But, yeah, like I said, I do strive to learn more every day. And I just wish more artists would do that. So yeah, I did also say that I was going to write one poem. So I took one of the statuses and I used it as the title of my poem because I was so tired of looking through all of those and trying to put it into a cohesive poem. So I just decided, hey, I'll take a status and I'll use it as the title and the inspiration for the poem. And so the one that I chose is chocolate waffles. It's such a random thing for me to have wrote, but here we go. Delicious, chewy, warm, gooey, buttery, sweet, a real breakfast treat. Syrup, maple, chestnut table, fork, knife, let's do it right. Cinnamon smell, a cooking spell. Seconds, thirds, leave none for the birds. Burp, smile, that was worthwhile. Perfect meal, I am fulfilled. Yeah, as you can see, poems are not really my thing. That's why I write poems. And usually when I do write poems, they don't start off that way. It's usually when I'm trying to write a song and I have the words, but I can't quite figure out what kind of melody I want to put with it. So I know the basic rhythm, but then I'm trying to put a groove to it and it's just not working out. So I'm fine. It's a poem. It's not a song. Yeah. Well. Well, that right there was about it for this episode. That's about it. I don't have much more for you. I'm sorry if you were expecting more. No, wait, I take that back. I'm not sorry if you were expecting more. If you want something else, you can go somewhere else. If you want just to have fun with me, then you've come to the right place. And come back again next Wednesday if you want more. If you're eager to see just what other foolishness I have for you. So yeah, that's it. And thank you so much for watching / listening. Bye bye.